Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon, and me, Banshee, and it's me, Banshee, with my Material Matters segment. Your weekly tarot keys to success in business, education, and finance. Welcome to the show. Let's get right to it. Hey, I don't know if you noticed, but gas prices have been going down. Awfully nice trend. Let's hope some of our economic indicators are moving now in the right direction. There has been some good news, but prices are still out of control. There's more work to be done. All right. Oh, what am I shuffling? I don't know. It's the Auspicious Symbols deck, US Games deck. It's very good. It's about luck and healing. So let's see. Luck, abundance, healing. Nothing not to like here. Let's see what message it might have for us in the business world. Material world. Ah, it's the fortune cookie. Woohoo. And on the card, and it's number 9. My number. Ingest the sweet and helpful advice that is placed in front of you. I highly don't recommend eating the paper, but the cookie's pretty good. So that's what it says. This has wisdom to ingest. All right. Number 9. Yum. I like ingesting wisdom. All right. Okay. The fortune cookie is one of the most recognizable symbols of modern Chinese American cuisine. With debatable origins, it seems to have been created in Northern California about 100 years ago. A simple sugar cookie recipe cooked and folded over a fortune or prediction inside. Its deeper roots travel back to Japan, where during points in time, messages were hidden inside of various confections as a way to share information. Our modern experience with the fortune cookie is as common as a weekly meal in which we are served one to offer inspiration and a sweet ending. Many of us feel the fortune is the treat itself, and the simplicity of the message may be both powerful and profound. So the message of the card is, crack open the fortune cookie to receive inspiration and guidance. This lucky fortune teller offers a message that the answers you seek may be right in front of you. The key to the message lies in simplicity and inspired sayings. Every time you are seeking answers to your questions, do not overlook the obvious guidance that is ready and waiting for you to notice. Like the sweetness of the cookie, find pleasure in the discovery and delight in the synchronicity that the universe likes to deliver. Follow what leads you. Trust your own intuition and ask the universe to guide you in uncovering insights. Hey, I have always said insights are to be found anywhere, from a simple fortune cookie to things you do daily. There is messages for you if you only seek them. And as the reading said, it's usually the answers are right in front of you all along. So keep that in mind in the business material world. I think that's an awesome reading. And I love that the fortune itself said, follow what leads you. All right. Moving on to the readings for the collective. I want to remind everybody that these readings are good from July 17th, today, through July 23rd. The moon will be traveling from Pisces. It's in Pisces on the 17th and will be in Taurus, transiting into Gemini in the early morning hours of July 23rd. Venus is entering Cancer on July 17th. Mercury is heading into Leo on July 19th, and guess where the Sun is heading? The Sun will be in Leo on July 22nd. Happy birthday to our Leo friends. And also don't forget there will be a monthly modality message that comes out on July 22nd. All right, that's what I have for the astrological outlook. On with the readings for the elemental signs of the zodiac, starting with our friends, the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. This reading is for you for the week ahead. Let's hope the winds of change bring you some change. Loose change. All right. Okay, hey, air signs. Let's start off with this lovely lady, the High Priestess. Upright. Woohoo. Pretty nice, air signs, you know. Your intuition is just going to be sharp as a tack this week. Trust your gut. Go within. You know, there are deeper messages for you if you go within. You may be ruminating over a direction in life, in your career, in your job, with your resources, your finances. You may want to be thinking long term of where the best place to invest your money is. Maybe you want to make a move or a change of real estate, sell some property. Trust the High Priestess to come up with some answers for you. In other words, trust your inner wisdom and your inner voice. How best can you prepare for that focus? Well, it's the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is reversed, excuse me. And I kind of like to see that along with the High Priestess card here. Because air signs, I think this is saying that you should trust your gut to lead you to making the right decision. Because this is kind of about decision time a little bit for me. You know, it's selecting what do you want to do next? Where do you want to be next? What goal do you want to go after next? Where do you want to invest your money next? What feels right to you out of all the many choices you may have in front of you? So the best way to work with the High Priestess energy is to make those decisions based on your gut instincts, which seem to be pretty much on the mark. So what about people this week? Will there be cooperation or conflict? Hey, I think things will be calm, things will be reflective, things will be meditative. It's the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is upright. And you know, it's as if they're just pondering what those next moves and what your next opportunities should be. Maybe they're giving you things to think about. You know, it's possible they may be offering you some of these suggestions that your gut has to discern is right for you. And so ultimately, will there be forward or backward movement or no movement at all? Well, it's the Six of Cups. Interesting. So the Six of Cups is here, and Six of Cups often speaks of going back to past happier times. So I assume in the material realms, it might be talking about going back to past times of abundance, of prosperity, and how things worked for you, how everything seemed to fall into place and everything seemed so much simpler. So maybe what this is saying is that some of the moves you're going to be making are bringing you back to some situation you're familiar with and that has worked for you from your past. So maybe that's where all of this is leading you. Let's take a look at this again, air signs. It looks like these two go in tandem together here. The High Priestess and the Seven of Cups, which is reversed. I think it's telling you to use your gut to discern what's your next move, what your next decision materially is going to be for you, whether it's about a new job, whether it's about an investment, whatever the case may be, whatever it's about, of course, to study. Fall is coming and, some decisions have to be made. So I think here, this is really, they all work together. You can trust that your gut, your instinct, your feeling will lead you in the right direction. And hey, others might be giving you some of these things to think about, So these things might not all be coming from you, but what might be coming from you is making the right choice based on the information or ideas you're getting from others and some of your own. And ultimately, I think it's going to lead you back to doing something that's really brought you some pleasure, some material success, some abundance in your past. So maybe it's going back to a different, way you used to do things. Maybe it's going back to somewhere where you, where you invested your money successfully before. Whatever. Maybe it's, like I said, whatever the case may be. Maybe this is also for you students out there, going back to a dream of something you wanted to do when you were a child, something you wanted to be, and maybe now you're going to consider exploring that. So, hey, air signs, wherever this takes you, it does not look like a bad week ahead. Good luck with that. Hey, my friends, the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This reading is for us for the week ahead. And Leo season is coming, so hey, you Leos out there, let's hope we got a roaring good week for you. Give it one more. All right, fire signs. Uh-oh, our focus for the week ahead. It's death. It's reversed. Whoo, ouch. So, fire signs, sleeping on the job, slacking off, no drive, no motivation. Maybe there are some changes that are coming to your work environment and you're not in. You're just not in on it. There's just seems to be a lack of motivation and a willingness to change. Whether it's some new procedures, whether you have to move your money around, maybe you're actually being moved into a different responsibility on your job. It just seems like, you're stalling. You're stalling and you're really unwilling to make the moves that are necessary. But change brings growth. Change is good. You may want to reconsider that, fire signs, but let's see how best you prepare for that focus. Yeah. Well, fire signs, it's not like you to act out when things aren't going your way, is it? Is it? Temperance is reversed here. It's another major arcana card, and it's a reversed major arcana card as well. And so I feel here this kind of goes hand in hand in that you're feeling that there's a disturbance in the force here, You think these changes are upsetting your life or your mojo too much, your possibilities to bring in more money or business. You just aren't sure that this is right for you and you're kind of feeling stressed over it. Change brings a lot of stress to people. So fire signs, you are no exception. Oh my. So what about people this week? I think the people you're working with or you're getting advice from, etc., they're more into this change than you are. They see potential here with the Three of Wands upright. They think this is a good plan. They think that this plan will bring in material success, will bring in successful results, is good for you long term. So they aren't just looking at what's coming in now, although they see it. They're also thinking more long term. And they really are more all in it than you. Maybe they might be able to convince you guys that this is the right way to go. So ultimately, whether it be forward or backward movement or no movement at all, guess what? Despite your little inability to want to change, This has definite potential here. You have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is upright. This could be the start of something that brings you more income, more money. This could be the start of a great path school-wise, career-wise, if you're shifting into a new job, or if things are shifting in your job. This is a positive, fresh start. So let's take a look at this again here. Boy, oh boy, you guys, you fire signs are blocking at change. You are fighting it tooth and nail. You don't want to budge, you know. But I think the forces around you are going to make you make that move. I really do. It's stressing you out to no end. Change will do that. It takes time to acclimate to the new world order of things, you know, in your work environment or in your business material affairs. But long term, things look good. People are trying to convince you that this is going to bring you results. The plan is sound. The plan is good. They see that things are starting to shift in a more positive direction. So I think ultimately by week's end, you're probably going to see the light. And as you do, you're going to realize that this really has the potential to be the start of something that brings you more success in whatever material thing you are working on at present. So hey, wow, fire signs, good luck with that. Kind of got off to a little bit of a stubborn, rocky start there, but I think all is going to be well. All right, it's time for some water, and I am thirsty. Hey, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, are you thirsty too? Thirsty for a windfall? Let's see what's going on. Oh, momentary pause that refreshes. All right. Your focus for the week ahead, water signs, is the Emperor reversed. Oh my. Well, letting things go a little bit there, letting things get a little bit out of control, feeling a little disempowered right now, perhaps, that nobody is listening to your ideas, your plans, your strategy. Are you a leader with people who are ignoring and not listening to you, what you have to say? Or maybe are you the kind of leader who is just not looking out for the best interests of the people who work under you? Well, be aware, water signs, all of this could come to a head this week. So let's see how best you can prepare for that focus. Okay, how about showing a little love here? It's the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is upright. How about thinking about others and how the impact of what you're doing, what you're saying, your actions have on others, you know, and show them a little love. Make this the start of a time that instead of looking out for only yourself, you start thinking about the people who have been working hard behind the scenes to help you succeed. How about showing them a little love? How about providing them with some praise? Maybe raises if you're a corporate head or a boss. How about giving them some time off or some perks? Bring a little joy into the environment, you know, where you are working or doing things materially right now. Well, what about people right now? The Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is reversed. Oh boy, so what about people right now? Well, I could look at this a couple of different ways here. I could look at this as saying, maybe you have to keep an eye on them just a little bit to make sure they are managing your resources properly, that spending and everything is under control. Or maybe you have to loosen up on them a little bit. I can see that as well, because we are looking at here how maybe you might be a little bit too hard on them. Here it's saying loosen up. They need a break. They need some slack cut. I really am kind of leaning that way with this card. And in order for them to continue providing you with the material support that you need and to, bring in business, etc., to work hard. They need a little bit of slack and not so much clinging to them and watching over them. Micromanaging comes to mind. Loosen up. So ultimately, will there be forward, backward movement or no movement at all? Well, this is an interesting card in this position. The Hermit reversed. I get the feeling that maybe what this is saying, there's not a lot of financial pain or gain in this week ahead. But what I think is that you're going to learn a lot this week and you're going to share it with others. Maybe, you're going to realize, that, you need to change. You need to change some of your attitudes. You need to lighten up, not micromanage as much, and be a little bit more open with the people around you about where things are headed. I feel like this is a card of you not walling yourself off from others and just leaving them to the lions. This is you, sharing with others now, providing wisdom and knowledge and support for them going forward. So let's take a look at this again, water signs. It looks as though you're a big taskmaster this week, or you're just really losing control of those under you. It's one or the other. Maybe a little bit of both are going on depending on your position. But I would say here that you got to be careful not to be too hard on people and show them a little love. Even if they are slacking off or they're doing things their way, they're refusing to listen to you, maybe the more love and kindness and benevolence you express towards them, the better to get them on board with things you'd like to accomplish. And that really speaks volumes here as well, because the Four of Pentacles is indicating that you should loosen up a little bit on them. Give them some breathing room. Give them room to do what they need to do for you to succeed. And no micromanaging allowed. And ultimately, I feel here that is going to ring true to you by week's end. You're going to be out there. You're going to be mingling with them. You're not going to be sitting in some ivory tower and, ruminating and just doling out orders. You're going to be out there listening to them, and you're going to be offering wisdom and advice to get them on board. All right. So good luck with that, my water signs. Hey, Earth. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. This reading is for you. If I can shuffle these cards. All right. Oh, let's see what's coming down to earth for you. Any good ideas? Any good windfalls? All right, my Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorns. Oh, man. Hey, you're focused for the week ahead. You're ready to throw in the towel on something. You've got the Nine of Wands. The Knight of Wands is reversed here. I kind of get the feeling that you are going to be giving up on something maybe that you were working hard on, maybe you fought for, whether it was to try to get an idea, a proposal accepted, thing you've been working hard on. It looks as though you're ready to throw in the towel and say, enough, I'm through with this battle. I'm getting nowhere. It's time for me to move on. Sometimes some battles are best left with the white flag up. I mean, some battles you just can't win. And this may be one of those cases or signs. Yeah. And how best can you prepare for that focus? How about with another wand card reversed? And it's the Seven of Wands reversed. So, wow. So I think this really says here that whatever it is, I think what you're starting to realize here, Earth signs, is whatever it is you're leaving behind has really not been good for you. Either the competition has been winning, or too many disagreements with the people you work with, your advisors, etc., on holding this position or this ground that you had. It's not working. And so I think this is definitely a sure sign that it's time to move on, because there's no payoff here. There's defeat. What about people this week? Whoa. Will there be cooperation or conflict? Well, it's the Eight of Swords. Sheesh. Maybe they're ready to give up too. Maybe they're ready to move on. Maybe some partnerships and things are going to dissolve here. I mean, when I see this card in this position, I'm thinking that way. But there is another message here, Maybe now that you are up against the gun and you realize that things are not working for you, maybe the people, the advisors and the support group and the support staff that have been around you are starting to feel more confident in voicing their, opinions and their ideas of where they think things should go. Maybe they've been holding back because they felt you weren't going to listen. You were just going to keep trying this over and over again. But now that you have seen the light, they're there and they're ready to tell you which better way you should go. So ultimately, will there be forward or backward movement or no movement at all for you? Well, we've got justice reversed here, Earth sign, so I don't think anything good is going to happen here. I honestly don't think it's going to be lost per se. I don't even know if anything bad is going to happen here, other than the fact that this is a very shaky time right now. Things are a little bit out of balance, and you need to restore your position, to be on top of things once more. Right now, the scales of justice are not in your favor. Things seem a little bit unequal. So let's take a look at this again and see what we can make of this for you guys. Okay. So, Earth signs, ready to throw in the towel? Most definitely. It's really interesting today. I've noticed with most of the readings, if not all, that seriously, these two cards just have been working together really in tandem nicely. Not always what you want to hear, however, because in this case with the Earth signs, it looks as though you're ready to give up on something that just has no payoff. It's too much of a struggle. It's too much convincing other people, to go along. They're not sure it's going to work. They have their own ideas, and they seem to have the better position right now. You are at a disadvantage, and you know it. I really feel you've come to that conclusion, so you are ready to move on. And other people couldn't be happier with that, because now they can tell you what they really think. Maybe some of them have been holding back because you were so adamant that things had to go the way they were going. But now that they realize you're kind of in a vulnerable spot, they're offering advice, they're offering suggestions. They're not afraid anymore of speaking their mind. And by the way, they never should have been. But sometimes we get so stubborn and myopic in our vision, we can be that way with people. And ultimately, I think by week's end, there's still a bit of unbalance going on. You're just going to have to keep working on righting what went wrong here. And I think that means by listening to others and really going in a different direction. So that's what I have for you, Earth signs. Hey, good luck with that. Well, don't forget the shows. Mr. O's shows. Goth Tarot is on at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday morning. Be there to look into the shadow areas of your life. Don't forget his emotional exchanges, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Friday, where you can find out about love, romance, partnerships, just the emotional side of life. Happy hour! Saturday. Oh my gosh, we had such a full show the other day. Everybody left happy. It was so warm, the energy in our chat. Come join us 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Saturday morning, where we will leave you with a single card positive message from Spirit. And finally, our shows 2 to 4 p.m. Sundays, 7 to 9 p.m. Thursdays, both Eastern Standard Time, where we will answer your longer burning questions. Take care, everybody. I hope you have a successful week ahead. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.